Hello, my name is Diva Novita Zahrotin Qolbi, and today I would like to present my research with my co-author with the title of The Effectiveness of Cinema Advertisement as an Advertising Channel to Attitude Towards Brand. In this digital era, advertising activities are mostly spent on the digital channel. According to Statista, advertising worldwide in 2022 spent 0.91 trillion US dollar with 73% through digital advertising and 27% through traditional advertising. The trend shows that every year the amount of advertising spending is increasing and the usage of digital advertising exceeds traditional advertising with a bigger gap. However, digital advertising has a downside, which is people tend to get annoyed and skip the ads. Here, the key differentiation between digital and traditional advertising is located in the need for the internet. Aside from the marketing type, video advertising is very popular in Indonesia. Data by Statista shows that Indonesia spent 0.66 billion US dollar on digital video advertising and predicted to increase every year. The data by Pubmatic and MMA Indonesia also supported this finding. The advantage of utilizing video advertising is proven by Heisey and Chen in their study. However, video advertising has a disadvantage that is located in its long duration. Another important aspect of marketing is the optimization of multisensory. Multisensory came from the words multi and sensory. Multi means more than one, while sensory means sense. The effectiveness of multisensory has been proven with many research and studies. Some of them are by Elder and Krishna, Williams et al., and Pawaskar and Co. Offline and online advertising have their own advantages and disadvantages. So does their format. However, what if there's a channel that can combine the advantages and reduce the disadvantages of both channels? A channel that encourage customers to watch the relatively long duration of advertisement with a choice to be skipped. A channel that indulge the customers to be drawn with its atmosphere through multisensory. And well, the answer is cinema advertisement. Cinema advertisement combines video format and multisensory that is able to create a greater positive impact. Cinema advertisement creates a different experience for customers to gain a better impact through a supporting atmosphere, starting from sight, hearing, and touch. Based on the preliminary research that the researchers conduct before, it can be seen that audiences are aware of the cinema advertisement. However, many of them are not paying attention to the ads. Hence, it can be concluded that although the advertisement in the cinema already combined a video advertisement and multisensory, there was no guarantee that the advertisement will reach the customers and its brands. This research has two objectives, which is the first one is investigate the relationship between multisensory, vividness, and video advertisement to attitude towards ads and attitude towards brands. And the second one is to give recommendation for a better advertising strategy that will be implemented by the advertiser. Due to the limited resources that the researchers have, this research will have some scope and limitations that can be seen on the right side of this slide. In this research, the researchers uses several variables such as multisensory that emphasize more than one human sense, video advertisement, which include video in the ads, vividness that gives a rich sensorial mediated environment, and attitude towards the ads and brands that explain whether the customers have a tendency to like the stimuli given or not. Here is the conceptual framework that is proposed by the researchers with the consideration of several previous studies. On the right side, these are the hypotheses that will be tested in this research. Hypothesis 1 until 4 are based on the conceptual framework, while hypothesis 5 until 7 are based on the concern of the different type of ads which is product ads and service ads. In this research, the researcher used Google Form to gather data from the targeted respondents. The population is Bandung and Jabodetabek area with the main focus of from the age range of 13 until 24 years old, which is Gen Z, and the minimum sample size is 150 respondents, and the technique that will be used is non-probability method with purposive technique. And the variable that is evaluated is using 5-point Likert scale with a higher numbers indicating a higher degree of agreement. In this research, there are 3 statistical analysis tests that is used. The first one is descriptive analysis, in which the statistical decision is based on the score of mean and standard deviation. The second one is PLSM analysis. PLSM analysis is used with the consideration of the purpose of the research, which is to test the effect of the independent variables on the dependent variables. Moreover, PLSM is suitable for framework development, and in this research, each variable will have its own indicators. LSM is divided into the outer model, which consists of reliability tests, validity tests, and discriminant validity tests. And the inner model, which consists of pet coefficient, the coefficient of determination, and effect size, and also predictive relevance. Last but not least, the Mann-Whitney U-test is used to compare the difference between product ads and service ads with the statistical decision that can be seen on the slide. Here is the data that is gained from a total of 211 respondents. On the left side, there is demographical data of the respondents, while on the right side, there is behavioral data of the respondents gathered. The data of ads type on the right side is important to be used for the Mann-Whitney U-test later on. The first statistical measurement is the descriptive analysis. It can be seen that the highest mean is MS2, an indicator of for multisensory, with a statement that is related to the visual. And the lowest mean is VA5, an indicator for video advertisement, with a statement that is related to the entertaining. While the highest standard deviation is VA5, and the lowest one is V4, an indicator of vividness, with a statement related to visual. Based on the data, it can be concluded that in the cinema, the respondents are highly aware of the stimuli of sight that can be seen from the highest mean that correlates with the multisensory of visual, and the highest standard deviation of vividness with the statement that is related to the visuals. The second statistical measurement is LSM. The first 3 tests is for outer model and followed by the inner model test. In the B-squared one is the result for the hypothesis testing for hypothesis 1 until 4. It can be seen that the outer model, the AVE of the MS variable is lower than 0.5. Hence, the researchers are erasing several indicators with the lowest outer loading in MS variable until the AVE score is above 0.5. After that, all of the data are valid and pass the test for the outer and inner models. Based on the hypothesis testing, it can also be seen that the hypothesis 1 until 4 are accepted. Since the t-stat is higher than 1.96, the p-value is lower than 0.05, and the pet coefficient is positive. Last but not least, is the statistical measurement for comparison, which is the Mann-Whitney U-test. Here it can be seen that the significance score is higher than 0.05. Hence, it can be concluded that hypothesis 5 until 7, which indicates the difference between product ads and service ads, are rejected. However, since there is a higher mean rank of the service ads, it can also be concluded that there are still a slight preference of service ads compared to product ads, but still, hypothesis 5 until 7 are rejected. According to the analysis result beforehand, it can be used to meet the objective of this research. The first one is related to the relationship between each variable stated. It can be concluded that multisensory, fitness, video advertisement, attitude towards ads, and attitude towards brands have a positive relation where they all have a positive effect and influence on each other in accordance with the stated framework. The second one is related to the recommendation for the advertiser, which are first, to engage more than one sense of the audience, mainly focusing on visual. Second, to maintain the audience to watch their ads through its content or the environment. And the third one is focusing on the content of ads that provide entertaining and informative ads at the same time. Here, the advertiser could also consider using humor, fear, sadness, or inspiration to stir up the audience's feeling. Last but not least, here are 3 suggestions for future research. First one is to make the dimension of each variables into the main variables. For example, instead of using multisensory as a variable, the future researchers are suggested using sight, hearing, and touch as variables. Secondly, is to analyze other advertising channels and compare them to see the differences and preferences among them. Thirdly, is to determine the specific ads that will be examined to reduce the probability of implication due to the broadness of ads that the audiences watch. That's all from me. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.